Hey everybody, welcome to another fresh episode of Ignorant Bliss. This episode, I am having a conversation with Jamar Nicholas, award-winning cartoonist and educator, Philly native. I met him last year in New York Comic Con, being table neighbors. We hit it off. He's been doing this for a while. Very talented, fun dude. On this episode, we talk about is one of the most friendliest conversations you're gonna hear on here. We talk about playing video games at arcades in the 90s. Not a lot of politics, but being black, working in comics, making stuff. Gamer culture, and not like video game culture, but like tabletop gaming, Dungeons and Dragons, Warhammer, all that type of stuff. It's just an all around good convo. Hope you guys enjoy it. Also, I'm gonna have my Alien Covenant review, and I might throw some of my thoughts on King Arthur in here also. So enjoy the following audio blessings I'm giving you. Peace. So, movie review time. I'm going to start with a movie that was released last weekend, King Arthur and the Legacy, A Legend of the Sword. It stars Charlie Hunnam, Jude Law, Djimon Hounsou, and those are only three real big names in it, off the top of my head. It's another retelling of the story of King Arthur, this time by Guy Ritchie. The easiest ways I like to explain this movie is either Snatch mixed with Lord of the Rings, or Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels mixed with Game of Thrones. Oh, my man Eric Bana's in it. It's like kind of a cameo-ish role as Uther Pendragon, King Arthur's father. The movie starts out with a fight scene, a battle. Mordred the Wizard is attacking Camelot. Uther, my man Eric Bana, young Hector from freaking Troy, one of the greatest Sandal pictures of all time, takes like his sword, rises up on him, defeats Mordred, saves the realm, blah blah blah, and ends up getting betrayed. He sends young Arthur in a boat, very Moses-esque, down to Londonium. Real talk, I didn't know this kind of existed till I looked it up. Yeah. So there, young Arthur grows up a pauper on the streets, raised by sex workers in a brothel. You see him as a man. He's out there running these streets, young hustler, got his crew, Backlack and Tristan, they dealing with the cops, because now his uncle Vortigern, played by Jude Law, runs things. He don't even know dude is his uncle though, but he got these old black knights running around, police and everything, holding people down. They have this great thing, fast talking, classic Guy Ritchie, London street movie, crime movie, talking, hustling happening. There's a lot of that in here. Eventually, Arthur gotta, go be gone till November. he dips away, but then he ends up getting captured anyway. Pulls Excalibur out of the stone. Uncle want to kill him. Blase blah. He runs away. Meets up with the rebellion, led by Jamal Hanzu and this young woman who's just called the Mage. No Merlin in this movie. He sends in a young one to go help Arthur become king. And basically it's a bunch of battles. He learns how to be a badass. It's an overall good movie. I talked about it on another podcast. It's also on the Taylor Network of podcasts. I'll add the link into the show notes. I think it was really good. I knew it was going to bomb. I knew it was going to flop. Guardians is still out. Black Avengers 4 is still out, aka Fast and Furious 8, Fate of the Furious. I'm surprised it got beat by that dumb Amy Schumer and Goldie Hawn movie. It's terrible, but it is what it is. It's a lot better than what you're thinking. I don't even mean it's being bad. He's actually, all his last movies have been good. Like Man for Uncle was great. Rock and Roller was fire. I don't know where's the disconnects coming in with people at his movies besides like the first Sherlock Holmes. The second one ain't do as good. So, yeah, but it's totally worth seeing. Completely different take on that myth, being that there's so many versions of that story out there. It's like every 10 years there's like a new King Arthur. And we've seen the people riding the horses and the round table and the knights and the talking eloquently and fighting the battles. And, you ain't seen no King Arthur movie like this. Period. At all. Zero. To me, it was like a good 4-star movie out of 5. People will disagree with me. It's probably got a terrible Rotten Tomatoes score, which I don't actually know how a Rotten Tomatoes score works, because I don't know how a computer reads words and then makes up whether something is rotten or fresh, because not every review has actual stars, thumbs up, thumb down, or score points. But yeah. The other movie I want to talk about is the one releasing this week, Alien Covenant. We still in prequel land to Alien, sequel to Prometheus. The movie starts out with the creation of David, the android from the previous film. It deals with his first awakening, him picking a name, and all that. Then we go forward. We meet another android, also played by Michael Fassbender, by the name of Walter. He is taking care of a colony ship, the Covenant, that is holding 2,000 passengers, colonists, along with 1,000 embryos. This is not counting the actual crew. All the humans are in cryo sleep. He puts up the sails so it can get power. The ship was running low on power. The computer's name is Mom. Walter's talking to Mom. They're trying to make sure everything happens okay. Ship get hit with this random freaking like energy solar pulse thing. Damages happen. The captain is killed in the cryo chamber. It doesn't open. It catches on fire. He dies. The crew has to deal with that loss. Somebody else has to take over. The next in command has to take over. While fixing the ship, they hear a distress signal from Noomi Rapace's character from Prometheus. They decide to go explore, find out there's this very livable planet, and the current captain decides, like, hey, maybe we don't have to go far to the original planet, because that's going to take 7 more years to get to, but we can just stop right here. Look at all this water, all these plants and stuff. And our heroine, real talk, I forgot her name, whatever, she's like, I don't think that's a good idea. Walter kind of agrees, but he's a robot, so he listens to orders. They go down there. Bad things happen. Unlike Prometheus, I personally love Prometheus, but people start getting wrecked from this virus, from the stuff, the pathogens and stuff that was in the last movie, that makes mad different little aliens, and people be getting wrecked wild quickly. Eventually, this group runs into David, and if you watch Prometheus, David did some really fucked up shit to the crew. So he doesn't pop up like some altruistic hero. He pops up like this to us unknown threat. To them, oh, it's just like another robot. Bad stuff happens. Xenomorphs closer to the xenomorphs we know of pop up. I'm not really going to spoil a bunch of the twists and plot changes. I found this movie really great and actually a pretty decent. It's more than pretty decent. If Alien is very much a monster movie where an unknown, undefeatable monster is killing a bunch of people in an enclosed space, i.e. the ship, and Aliens is a full-blown action movie. And Alien 3 tries to recapture stuff from Alien, and it's okay, but Fincher messed up. And let's not talk about Resurrection. That joint was trash. And then Aliens vs. Predator, nah. But these movies have a clear thread of humans trying to find out who their creators are, and also it's like humans are trying to find God, yet also become God, and what are the consequences of such hubris? Because the bad guys, because here the xenomorph's never a bad guy. They're just a noble monster beast things. They kill things. That's what they do. But here, especially with the androids, with the David android, you get into a weird realm of Milton, like Lucifer thinking process, and then there's like mad scientist things. I'm not gonna go too deep in it, but it's a lot deeper than what people want to give both this and Prometheus credit for. I also think this is a good 4-star movie because I think there's more to think about out of this movie that people won't get it credit because it's not Alien, and I don't know why old ass Ridley Scott would want to make the same movie that he made like 40 some odd years ago over, and he don't want to do that either. So stop asking for Alien. He ain't gonna make that. He done that. But you got some good performances in this. You have some great design, great effects. Everything works together. Nothing really pops out, look crazy. Danny McBride is dope in a serious, dramatic role. He's hitting. Those are my thoughts on these movies out here.
You've all sacrificed so much.
Enjoy the rest of the episode.
This crew is made up of couples.
It's the first ever large-scale colonization mission.
And everyone back on Earth is
Really grateful for your hard work and your courage.
we're making history here.
This is wheat. What are the odds of finding human vegetation this far from Earth?
Who planted it? You hear that?
What?
Nothing. No birds. No animals. Nothing. What happened here? right now. I need you.
Okay, baby, just calm down, sweetheart. Calm down.
Tell me to calm down.
You're breaking up.
All of this is to start our new life. Where is it?
Hey. Huh? Yeah. That's over chicken. Hey. Hey. Niggas move like hoes, I don't get it, bitch. Yeah. I will put a fucking hole in your fitted, bitch. Yeah. Run the jet, little Lord, bitch. I'm with it, bitch. Yeah. Backseat, where he fuck with it, ay. Bitch, I'm on the road. Still hitting dope. I just wanna fuck, ay. Bitch, I am a hoe, ay. Feds on stroke. Still keep a pole, ay. Fuck with my niggas, catch a dick in your throat. Fuck with it, 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 ay. Fuck nigga, ay. Fuck nigga, ay. Fuck nigga, ay. Fuck nigga, fuck with it, 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 fuck with it.
Yo, what's poppin'?
Yo, what's good, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Trying to get my levels up. Hold on. All right. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, you sound crisp. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. You know, surviving Trump's America. You know, that's the new motive.
You gotta stay mobile. You know what I mean? gotta stay light. You know what I mean? Cardio.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta work out now. You know what I'm saying? Probably let everybody eat too good. So you gotta stay light. I'm living here in the capital city in the Hunger Games. You know what I'm saying? They got them traps and shit. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be ready.
I was watching. What's my man? Oh, my fault. That was my computer told me it's 11 o'clock. What's my man, Master Wong, the dude on YouTube that gives you the fighting tips? You see that guy?
He be like punching people like in the ribs and be like, ooh, those ribs taste great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He said, I come for you, I eat your face. So you'll be in a casket.
Yo, real talk. I don't care what nobody say. Like, yo, Kung Fu is the hardest shit ever created by any human being. Like, yo, that Indian who went to freaking Shaolin and taught them how to fight, he gave the blessings on blessings for the like all of human history.
Yeah, bless up, yo. I watched the video. My man was in the park, just like hitting a tree with his forearms, like 5 minutes. And like the skinny boy comes up. He's like, Master Wog, I need those tips. He's like, I'll bite your face off. Anyway, but man, you gotta get your Taekwondo up, get your Wang Chun up.
You know what I'm saying? We way back to just straight up listening to old Wu-Tang records for real, not reminiscing. Be like, yo, study your arts.
Yeah, man, study your lessons.
You know what I'm saying?
The math straight.
Yo, when it's about to be rough, gotta get them Timbs and them fatigue jackets, the fatigue bubble jacket.
Oh no, low goose.
You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. Low goose. I just watched this. It's old though. That one video with a white dude calls a dude a nigga, and then he flips him over the side of the railing after he's punching on him. You see that?
No.
You see that?
No, I've never seen that. Oh my
God!
God!
I'm listening to you right now.
Yo, somebody caught the fade like that.
Yo, so it's like from 2 years ago, right? But like it looks like these dudes are like union guys, you know. Like at first it looks like they go into church service, but they're a bunch of like, you know, brolic dudes going into a union hall, and a white dude gets in this big black dude's face. He's like, "What, nigger?" And he's like, "What?" He immediately yokes him up. He yokes him up and bends him over the side of the rail. He's just feeding him punches. And then he just flips him over the side of the joint. It was amazing.
Damn, all you needed in that for Bastard Wong was like, ooh, he fed it. Like, ooh. Like, yo, he punched his face in.
amazing. Hold on, I'm gonna get you that. Hold on 1 second. How can I do this? Share. I'm gonna share it with you.
All right.
You still on FB? Can you get on there?
Oh yeah, man. I got my phone. It's always on.
Yeah, you fed into the matrix, man.
Yeah,
it's not cool.
It's always on, man.
All right, hold on. I got you. So you're gonna watch this, and you're just gonna be like mouth agape. I'm surprised you ain't seen this one,
Man.
All right, I just DM'd you.
I can't catch everything on that line. It be, oh man. Oh, what? Oh, it's like fair. Ooh, who you think you're talking to? Yo, I don't even think Baxter Sauce has been that way. Oh man, this is gonna have to go to show notes. Oh, it was like Royal Rumble. He just talked about.
he was eliminated.
Yo, he literally picked him up and just tossed him over. Oh, some wrestling shit. Oh, that's the best.
Sound like some Big Show joint right there.
You can put those Final Fight sounds in there. Yo, you know what's the hardest message I just remembered that was in the game? It's in Streets of Rage, and them joints is like, don't go to police, they will never help you. I was like, yo, what was the Japanese folks telling us back in the late 80s, early 90s?
Real. You said you gotta handle this on your own, kid. He said the wick.
I'm like, damn.
He said they cannot help. They will help you.
They will not help you. I'm like, damn, hold up. Like,
I think they made that game for Philly. I think that's what that was.
They had, like yo, where did these Japanese cats live at when they was in America?
Yeah, he was like, don't even attempt.
Like, was the Yakuza secretly in that game? Was like, yo, police all over, fam. Like, don't trust them. Don't trust.
You're a gamer, right? We was talking about games when we was in New York.
Yeah, man, I don't play as much as I used to, but I put. You know what I'm saying? I put my 20 years in for retirement. You know what I'm saying?
They put your jersey in the rafters now, right?
Yes.
Time in. I hear you.
You know, like Rod Strickland, you know what I'm saying?
There's this community online who have taken the Streets of Rage ROM or whatever, and they keep updating it. So download that joint and play it now. It's called Streets of Rage Remake.
Damn.
And all these dudes have mods for it. And like the one game has got like branching points, and like a game is like 2-3 hours long. It's amazing.
Yeah,
so
you know that people still updating like Super Tecmo Bowl and shit like that, right? Like you can get Super Tecmo Bowl with like all the current rosters.
No, I just downloaded it last night.
It was like, yo, fans, people still going in, be like, yo, Tecmo Bowl was the best football game ever. Damn Madden, you know what I'm saying? We gonna update this forever. Yeah,
it was all about that touchdown, Bo Jackson.
Man.
Yo, it's amazing. Oh, it's funny just to talk about like super niche subcultures. Like I was looking on YouTube, this was a couple of years ago, and I found out that cats were still doing electric football. You know,
the things that just be shaking the click on around.
They'd still do that heavy. Like they have a Super Bowl in Wisconsin where like all these cats go to a hotel ballroom and set up tables, and they're real serious about it.
Yo, anything that's random in the world is that shit. None of that shit makes sense.
Yo, so check it out. It's even so serious where they have dudes who like they just get paid to like you can email them like, yo, I need the 86 Bears. And you order all them, and they make the little dudes, and they with a pair of pliers, they tweak the little dials underneath the characters to make them run straight or to run slants or whatever.
Yo, that's bananas.
And dudes show up with like the soft case with the inserts, and they pull out the 86 Bears all lovingly. People be like around the table like, yo.
Damn. That's crazy because that means electric football didn't even have no passing game though, right?
Well, no, not really.
Pass. It's like that means I couldn't even get into this. If I couldn't play Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, 49ers, like I don't even care. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It did. Well, we had lost ours. My cousin probably stepped on it, but there was like the little QB joint, right, where he had like a gimmick arm, and you had to turn the game off, right? And then you go, yo, I'm a pass, and then you had to like flick the little dude arm. And see if it hit Rice for 40 yards. It was hilarious.
You could probably make a beast Michael Vick in that joint, though.
Yeah, he just blazed down the side of it.
Like, yo, he was a cold monster.
It was like that Madden Vick. He was crazy. He was like, yo, no Vicks.
Yo, I remember when that man came out, everybody's like, yo, Michael Vick on the cover. And you get that joint, it's like, yo, Michael Vick is cheating. Like, that was the first thing cheating ever since Bo Jackson and Tecmo Bowl. Like, I'm like, yo, Michael Vick, like, nah, nobody can play with the Atlanta Falcons, B. Like that ain't fair.
His character was like on fast forward through the regular game. Like, he's too quick.
His character was like a basketball character in a football game. Because he was like, man, you do the spin moves, you get to freaking flip over people. I'm like, yo, you just win the game. I was like, yo, man. And that's when I was still heavy in the man, too. That means I was still playing like at least once a week minimum. Like, I was in there. You know what I'm saying? I had that and 2K.
It's funny. I seem to always be around cats that are really heavy into like one thing. Like at this old apartment I lived at, and I had the world's most hood mailman. Like I would go to the diner. Like this is when I was freelancing at home. Like I get up, go to the diner like 10 o'clock. The mailman at the diner. At the counter with my mail in his bag. I was like, yo, can I get my mail? Yeah, I'll be around. So then like 6:30 he show up. Like, where you been? You into my neighborhood all day. Well, anyway, one day he comes to the joint and he's like kind of looking behind me, trying to look at the crib. I'm like, yo, you all right? So, you down with Madden? I was like, yeah, I go. And he was like, yo, I got a Madden league, but these cats, like, every Sunday they had a league, but they would go to each other's cribs to play their game.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And there was like 32 dudes, and they was just traveling all over Philly trying to get their game in. I was like, yo, maybe that's why my mail's late.
Yeah, you got games. It's scheduled. Yo, I gotta go hit this dude up. I gotta play this game at 2:30. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, can I get my mail first?
Yo,
anyway.
real talk. Because that's like I didn't do that, but I used to do games where like, yo, it was scheduled. Like, you know, everybody have a season. Everybody play their games. Yeah. So like when like fantasy football started popping, I'm like, oh, this is Dungeons and Dragons for all the niggas who can't play Madden. Like, yeah. Like, this means it's because, like, this ain't even up to Madden. At least Madden, I got to control my destiny. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm going to use, you know what I'm saying, whoever in the league, I got to make sure he get his touchdowns. I ain't got to, like, look at the game, somehow it comes out with some points, and somehow I win. Like, nah, bro, I got to beat that ass in 5 1/4. You know what I'm saying?
5 1/4, that's amazing. Yeah.
Nobody plays 12 minutes. Nobody plays full quarters.
The score would be like 800 to 7.
And it's too long. It takes like 2 hours.
Way too long. Like, yo, can we just get on with this? So, do you play fantasy?
Nah, man, because it's Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons. They would have called it like they would have called it some other shit. Like, y'all can't tell me y'all making fun of no nerds when y'all play fantasy. Like,
yeah, that's real.
Like, y'all, that's the same shit. All y'all need is some dice, B.
Yeah, right. Like, don't ever say anything.
Like, I don't play Dungeons and Dragons. I don't play Magic, and I don't play fantasy sports. Yo, I got 2K. We can go. Let's go. I got PlayStation, Xbox, whatever you try to go.
That's what's up. You got standards. I respect that.
Yo, this is killing me.
But yeah, on the real though, I'm a D&D dude. But you know,
I hate on it. I tried it. Like, and I was like, this is too much.
You know what? You probably played with the wrong dudes. That's probably what happened with you.
It's the paperwork.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of math. Yeah,
it's paperwork, man. I be like, fam, I'm trying to chill. Like I gotta sit down and write something. I gotta like
Yeah, there is some heavy writing involved. That's true.
Then I gotta like make real decisions. Like homeboy, somebody popped out the woods, right? And then he did this at the third. So first you gotta roll if you want to evade. Like, all right, first I gotta make a decision. And am I gonna try to duck, or am I gonna try to do a combat roll, or am I just gonna take it like a G? And then you gotta roll for that shit. I'm like, fam.
I respect that. Nobody's ever broken it down like that.
I've seen it. Like, it's
too much paperwork.
It's paperwork, man. It's so much paperwork.
Yeah. So when did you try that? Was you like an adult, or were you like back in high school or something like that?
Man, I think I tried it once when I was like a teenager. And because the funny thing, when I was a little kid, I would go to the library and I would like get all the picture books.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like in the picture book / drawing book / comic book, comic strip aisle, they would have Dungeons and Dragons books, and I was like, "Yo, that shit got dragons, fam. This joint is like Willow. Like, I'm trying to look at this. It must be like that cartoon." And I look at the book, it's like all this text. I'm like, "Yo, this is not what I thought it was. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, I read some of the stuff and then I took it back to the library. I was reading like regular books. And then I got older and I was like, oh, look, that's a game? I thought these were just books.
Right. Because it doesn't really tell you. You just got to know what it is. Right.
Like, I thought they were storybooks with like all these extra things and like background material, like who's who in the DC universe and Marvel like the handbook. I was just like, oh, they just explaining characters. And then you get to that. Somebody tried to show me, I was like, yo, I'm not in the right mindset for this. Like, can we play Street Fighter? Like, and then I used to go to this comic book store a lot, and they was like really about to get into like this new campaign. And I sat through the creation process, and I was like, nah, fam.
Because that was an afternoon just making your dude. Right?
Yes. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to go to IHOP. Like,
I'm trying to cop pancakes.
Like, we sit here all day.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, and I'm sure some of those cats are like heavy into it.
Yeah,
and that's got to be distracting too. Like, I don't see what's so great about that.
Like I spent a long time. Like, I used to play this game called HeroClix, right?
Oh yeah, I know about HeroClix. Yeah.
Like so I went all the way up to the point where like I would game test and like help design characters. Like, that's how far I got deep into it. Like, I met like mad people in it, like in the company. Yeah. And I'm still friends with a lot of people in it. But like that was my way deep into like tabletop gaming world, which is way different. Video game world and comic world. People would say like comic books is geeky. It's like, oh, motherfuckers have no idea what real true geekiness is until you see like random acts of LARPing in like a convention, and you like, fam, I just came here to judge. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know where I'm at. Y'all probably freaking me out right now. Like, there's like random magic battles happening, and then there's Warhammer. You know what I'm saying? 40K, which is some next level shit.
Those cats spend a grip on the tables, man. It's crazy.
Game store life was my life for like a whole 8 years. Like every Saturday. Yeah. Like going running games, get my little figures. Like,
so wait, you was at like a game shop or like a comic shop that had games in it?
It was a game shop. All they had was games.
Yeah, that's a whole other animal, the FLGS.
Like this was a serious game shop. It's called like Dream Wizards. It's in like Rockville, Maryland. Like they be running like the regional like card game tournaments, like the Magics and the Yu-Gi-Ohs. Let me tell you this about Yu-Gi-Oh. Why Yu-Gi-Oh is straight up the hood's favorite tabletop card game? Because like all the little hood dudes be fucking with Yu-Gi-Oh because of that cartoon, right? And they try to beast out. And then, right, then there was always some random event where like police got to be called. I'm like, why the little homies got to fuck it up? Like, why y'all niggas got to act crazy?
Why they calling the cops?
Like, why y'all got to be trying to rob people's cards though? Like, why you trying to do like little smash and grabs and like dip out, get on the metro and go home? Like, come on, man, y'all got to act right.
Yeah, they was doing smash and grabs at the game shop.
They was doing like little joints because they were doing the game shop or like the big events because the store people was cool with me, so they would be telling me all the wild stuff. I'd be like, fam, like y'all, like I'll be just sitting there just looking disappointed, be like, fam, like it's not the little kids playing the Pokemon that's deep.
Right.
It's not the Magic people, because people treat that shit like work because they getting money.
Yeah.
It's the Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like y'all get a little bit of money, but y'all trying to flip them cards because you saw like a card go for $50, so you try to take a kid's whole book and just go flip this. I'm like, like why y'all gotta bring this hood street shit to this area? Like y'all gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, man, they're gonna revoke my privileges.
Like I know I'm straight. Like they fuck with Julian. Julian know more about comic books than anybody in the store. Like they know I'm cool. I can teach about rap music and I can be someone like DC Legion of Superheroes history. Like I'm safe. You know what I'm saying? But y'all messing up for all y'all. Y'all about to mess up the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trade.
You come out the store, your binder, Shorty gets jacked for his binder. Like, yo, run it in.
Fam,
you know what this is.
I would hear you tell me that story about how some kid got robbed and then like the police had to, I was like, I didn't even know it was like this. Like I didn't even know it was like this in these streets over here with these Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. I watched my little cartoon on Saturday morning while cooking breakfast. And like, they out here trying to make it real. They out here trying to be like Seto Kaiba for real, man. They out here trying to punch people in the face for a blue-eyed white dragon.
Dude, you know what? I'm kind of glad I wasn't in there.
And I was just going to do my little hero clicks to be straight. You know what I'm saying? Roll my dice. Superman hit somebody for 5. And be like, yo, Superman.
You good, right? So wait, so hold on though. So all right, so you wasn't in the Dungeons and Dragons and all that, but they also had the offshoot joint. They had the Marvel superheroes game.
I had people tell me about that shit. I was
you never, you didn't.
I was like, they told me about that one in like the DC game. I'm like, that sounds kind of interesting, but I can play the hero clicks though.
Okay. Yeah, you still kind of on the edge there because the Marvel joint was like a lot of cats had their own like home campaign and they just made their own dudes up, you know, like rather than like Wolverine and Spider-Man are walking down the street, you know, and the Sentinel comes from around the corner. What do you do? Like I wasn't playing those games.
About that joint, I saw the books. I'm like, yo, like. The only thing I thought about with that was like, yo, how do you get that work to be one of the illustrators in the books? Like, I just want to draw pictures and get paid.
Yeah. How I get in that? I think that was all like house stuff. Like a lot of those dudes, like it was like the same cat. Just drew the whole book. Yeah,
but then I was looking at all the other books, like the vampire book, this, that, and the third. And I was like, how do y'all get that paper? Like, how do you get in that team? Like, damn, like, how do you draw, like, magic cards? Like, I was like, damn, how do I get in front of those art directors? Like, damn, can I eat, though? Like, that's all I was thinking about. Then I went back to, like, playing Hero Clicks, like,
the struggle is real.
Like, that shit is like, yo, I just want some of this gamer money because I'm seeing how much people spend. I'm like, like, y'all just got this free time and this free money just to buy one Warhammer figure? Like, and then you gotta paint that motherfucker?
Oh yeah, that's the next step. Like the next unlock with the Warhammer cats is first you spend like a grip on your platoon, then you gotta paint them proper, because if you got a corny paint job, they'll laugh you out of the store.
No, you like, get out, you can't even play.
Right, like come in with your basic paint set. Get out of here.
Like I wouldn't be a G, like learn to play just like play with paint, like with joints ain't got no paint on, just like, yo, these the hardest dudes, they broke, but they about to whoop that ass though. They ain't got no color.
You know, no paint schemes. No schemes, kids.
You know what I'm saying? But then I see people, they gotta get the ships and whatnot, and then like, or if it's the pasture, they got like a dragon or some shit. I'm like, like man, I just play Warcraft, B. Like,
so it kind of comes down to you with it's like entertainment / effort, right?
Yo, I got something to do. I got bills to pay. I gotta go to work. I'm trying to draw comics. Like I don't even know how y'all supposed to fit it. Like what else? That it? That's like all y'all do. Like,
then they gotta like I don't know. Well, so that's kind of what they call an entertainment : effort. So like, what's the ratio, right? The last thing that I'm into is these cats on YouTube who have like video game man caves. You seen these dudes who just?
Now, I've had friends who got some joints, and I'm like, damn, like I messed up in life. I picked the wrong decisions because I ain't got this money. Because if I had a house with a basement, man, that joint would look like a Dave and Buster's up in that joint. That joint, people come over and be like, I'm going to Julie's house. He got the Daytona USA, everything.
He got the whole joint with the chair in it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Daytona. He's like whipping it.
Oh, snap. You just made me clap. That was funny.
That was my game.
Yeah. And it's funny that a lot of those arcade games, they're not that expensive now. Like, if you go on Craigslist, you can, like, cop a Donkey Kong for, like, $75 or whatever. You just got to get it in your crib.
Yeah, my thing was, like, I made this one mistake and I had a chance. Like, I don't got a car or nothing. And I saw, like, a Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition for, like, $150. And I couldn't make it. Like, it was, like, dumb far. Like, like in Pennsylvania. It's like, I don't know, how do I get out there to get it and come back? Like, I don't even know where I would put this thing. And I should have just said, like, yeah, I'm about it, and would have found something. I should have did it. Because now, like, because I'm looking for, like, I'm looking for fighting games. So I'm looking for, like, Neo Geo cabinets, and then, like, like, I want, like, Samurai Showdown in it, like, King of Fighters 95. I'm like, I want joints. I don't want just Donkey Kong. I want the joints that make me spend hundreds of dollars and hours upon hours. Like, I want X-Men versus Street Fighter in the crib and be like, who got this? You know what I'm saying? I want X-Men with the 6 players with the double screens.
The 6-player joint,
Like, who compared? Like, it's really good. Like, who trying to play Dazzler because I'm a beast?
Yo, you go in with Dazzler. That's what's up.
And beat the game. Just beat the game.
You ain't just spamming cats with Colossus all day. Like,
I'm so mad nobody in rap music ain't, like, sample that shit, turn that just into a beat. Just
I think that's you, man. You got to get in on that.
Yo, I got so good at playing X-Men, I could beat it off a quarter when I was a teenager. Like, that's how good I could play X-Men. I would be like,
well, with Dazzler though, is that who
I learned how to do it with everybody. Like, I learned, like, I was like, Cyclops and Dazzler was the hardest because it's like, you got to know, you know what I'm saying? When you start using the mutant powers, you got to, like, check your aim and, like, where you at on the screen and use it right. Like Wolverine is cheating because it go full screen. Nightcrawler is the cold monster because he just kills everything and he has the best jump kick. And Storm, she got a freaking tornado. You know, Colossus, you gotta get up in them guts, but
you gotta get close,
But like Dazzler, because everybody be thinking on Dazzler, but she had the ill little kick when they was. That's why I love that game. The game was all about stomping people out. Like, you knock them down, you be like, bitch. Blah blah blah.
You putting the buttons to them.
Yo, like, I think like Wolverine get down in their face and be like just punching them in the chest, be stabbing them. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, yo, like Storm be hitting them with that stick. I'm like, how come she never had that stick in the comic? I don't remember her having a stick.
Oh. Yeah, man, they had to like balance her out, I guess.
Yo, Japan was like, yo, like she control the weather. How come she got no weather rod? Like,
give her what? She needs an ill cane. You know what I mean?
Japan be on that shit and be like, that shit don't make no sense. Let's animate that shit up real quick.
That's funny, man. You know, it's crazy to just think about. Like, how serious you take whatever you get into. I think that's like, I don't know if that's like a black thing or whatever, but people get real serious about their stuff. It don't matter what it is.
You know what? I think black people get. I think everybody gets serious, but I think black people take it. They take it to like a new level because they be trying to stunt with it. Like,
that's true.
It's like right now, like this whole like geek culture thing. It's like back in the day. Like, you know, black people like comics because you get comics anywhere. But motherfuckers had to stunt out with it, though. They was like, yo, I like the X-Men, so I had to make this custom, like, X-Men jacket. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't even seen this in the street or, like, with video games. It was like fighting games and, like, Madden and NBA Live. And it's just like, I would go to the arcade. And, like
like I would go to the arcade, like say on like a Friday evening, like right before it's about to really pop off in the nighttime. But like, so like dudes would come in with like their girlfriends or whatever, and they try to show out like, yo, I'm going to the arcade. This is where the homies at. You about to see me dominate these sticks, and that's like when everybody congregate. Just so, cause ain't nothing better than beating a person's ass in front of their girlfriend, and then like you show off, like you do like a super move in like a Street Fighter game. So you know you can't play for a couple seconds, so you gotta turn around and like almost like they was like pictures or something, like on some wrestling shit. You got stuck like b-boy stance, so you gotta like look cool to the side, like I'm gonna disrespect you because you had the audacity to bring your girlfriend to the arcade and show off like you the nicest.
You had to catch flicks real quick, like blah blah blah. Yo, that's crazy. I remember all of that. And then if you stay too late, you might have to like fight some dudes out front. You know what I mean?
Oh man, people forget how dangerous fighting games was.
That was not cool, man. You know, you put your quarter up in the wrong spot. Or, you know, you mess up the rotation with two Asian kids splitting a man on Street Fighter.
Oh, fam. Asian kids was the most dangerous people in all fighting games. Because you ain't know if they was a real G or if they was like, you were afraid because they just Asian on some like prejudice and racist shit. But then, like you see it, like, it'd be like a little kid too. It'd be like we all kids, but you'd be like 15 or something. You see like a 10-year-old, it'd be like, yo, he could be the nicest dude in like the whole region, but I might be able to whoop him because I'm here every other day. Like I'm about to go up, and it's like
you're some golden child, like yo, this kid.
And then sometimes I don't know if they was like that in Philly or whatever, but sometimes they would be the Latin cats, and they would come up and they would play with the goofy hand style where they would cross their hands over.
Oh yeah, the cross up. Yeah, I know those cats. Yeah,
like, yo, pretty head motherfucker. Like, come on, yo, what you trying to? And they would catch me with the fucking Zangief 360 and they fucking grab me up. I'd be like, all right, I got something for that ass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man had baby hair. He's disturbing you with baggy.
The ponytails and like the ill function hair, and they're like 13 or whatever, and they already got like the full beard. Like, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, real talk. I almost got into a fight with like a 40-year-old white dude playing WrestleFest. Arcade in Atlantic City. Like he was like, dude was like, yo, I could have pinned you like 3 times. I was like, yo, man, I gotta get that pin with Jake the Snake, kid. I ain't messing around.
You could have pinned, but you didn't.
Take this DDT right here. Here it is.
Take that loss, man.
Yeah, man, you gotta take those L's, man. Sorry.
I done seen so many. It was so many times I was in joints and like it would get legit like scary. Like the 90s, like people talk like I don't like to go online like or Xbox Live and play with the sound on because I don't want to hear like little kids say racist stuff.
Right, but, like, the kids are off the hook.
Like it's like they trolling and it feels bad to hear. It gets annoying, but ain't nothing like when you see a person that's like in the arcade and they're like, "Yo, stop throwing," and somebody keeps throwing.
Oh yeah, the throwing,
then like you see the like. Hold up, that dude might have a gun. Like, I gotta go.
Right, I'm out.
This is about to get way too serious because Dawson is hitting him with that little yoga noogie over and over again, and I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I forgot about house rules. Yeah, see that stuff. You know, I guess is real different online because you know you ain't getting trumped out by like 6 cats outside next to the Tasty Freeze.
There's no fear, man.
There's no fear. There's no fear. Yeah, I forgot about that. It was like, yo, no throwing. Yo, I said no throw. Oh, dude.
Yo, the streets was like no throws, which messed up my like strategy when like you trying to go to the next level, and then you like people was throwing, and I'm like. Yeah. Like, see, y'all ain't had that beat it to you had. That's some old cheap shit. Like, you were supposed to do this.
Like, you know, and you know, and real talk, I was never that cat. You know, I was never real nice with the fighting games. I respected them. You know, and I had a lot of my buddies was all into that. You know, I'd just be in the corner, get my little like walk to the right, beat them up games. Yeah, I mean, like Double Dragon or whatever.
I feel you.
You know, but it's something about that competition, the thrill of danger. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday night, and you playing a dude who may have a weapon.
Yeah, or you just might catch them hands, like, or like the thing that was crazy about the hood is that shit used to be everywhere. Like, you go to like the Chinese food spot and the laundromat, and they would just have games in them, and you'd be like, yo, I'm about to order me some chicken wings and French fries, and I'm about to go. While I wait, I'm about to play this fighting game, and somebody come up, and it's like. This could be a hood dude. This could be like a corner boy, and then y'all fighting. He's just like, but I gotta whoop his ass though. Like, I don't know why he interrupted my game. Like, I'm trying to beat it before I get my chicken wings, and he interrupting his flow. And then things can go left. It's like they don't, like the world ain't got those dangers no more. Like video games is kind of soft. It's like y'all be acting like it's hard. It ain't the Wild West. It used to be juice all the time, and now it's not.
You're making my stomach hurt, man. That's true. It's that's something that nobody talks about. I guess the new kids, they don't know about that part.
They killed the arcade, fam. They don't know about that life. They ain't got that life. They ain't got that life.
Especially you in like the bulletproof chicken spot with your back to the door and you don't know who coming in. You know,
the places in DC used to always have the drinks on the side, so it's like you order, but like when you playing the games, you can only have a good view of. When you get your food and who the hell is coming in.
You need clear view of all exits.
Yo, for real, it was smart though. Like same with the laundromat, it'd be like I can kind of see who coming in, and I can check on the washing machine. You know what I'm saying? So I can play my arch rivals, and then I go Operation Wolf, and I can you know what I'm saying? You can see what's
and make sure nobody's taking your FUBU out the dryer while you ain't looking.
Yeah, all that was important. And then like the Pizza Hut would have the drinks and be like, they would have it right by the door just in case you got to skate. It was everything was love back then. It was like everybody had planning. You know, everybody understood. You know what I'm saying? That Reagan, Bush to Clinton era, everybody had an understanding of how the world worked.
Well, I think we're on our way back to that, I think. So that's gonna. I was saying, I don't want to get too political, but I was saying like, because I know like a lot of young people were just bugging out over, the election, and everybody's messed up. But like a lot of young kids, they never grew up without like a cool ass president. You know what I mean? You have to worry about something.
Yeah, little kids ain't never seen like
Reagan cheese.
Some people, they was too young during George W. Bush to know really why he sucks, or like they don't understand. Right. But my thing is anybody who was alive and cognizant of at least George Herbert Walker Bush, I don't want to hear you complaining, because you should know, like, nah, man, if you was in the crack era, if you remember when Biggie songs first came out and not like old school and noon bullshit, I don't want to hear no complaining. Like, you got complacent because of 8 years? 8 years? That is nothing. 8 years is nothing to get complacent.
No, you can do that standing up.
Like 8 years ain't shit. Like 4 years of that is like college. So like nah, fam. Like I could let the G-Dub years go, because like he was goofy, he was doing fucked up shit. But then like the last 2-3 years of that was just like.
Yeah.
Like he was on senior status for like extra years. He was like, I don't even care. Like, I'm gonna give Africa some money. I'm gonna make this African American museum. I don't give a damn. Like, whatever. Like, the housing crisis happened. Like, I don't care. Man, I'm out. Like,
it's whatevs, right?
So I can let them pass. But like, like if you remember when people when the cops was really serious about locking people up.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear you. Like, I don't want to hear you. Like, oh my God, what's that? Like. Yeah. Like, just go back to like 92 status. Just think like it was 88. Like,
that's right.
Like, yo, you've been with a time which you couldn't look nobody in the face because you might get shot. Like, just think it like that. That's it. It sucks, but it just, you remember. You got muscle memory. You should just go back.
Like muscle memory. I mean, and that kind of where I stand with like gentrification and stuff. Like Philly's still dirty. I ain't gonna front, but like Philly used to be like. If you ever see Trading Places, the old Eddie Murphy joint.
Yo, that's the realest movie of our time.
Yo, that's the Philly I grew up in. You know what I mean? It was just grimy. It was almost like somebody put a gray Instagram filter over the whole city. Like the shit was just dusty. You know what I mean? And and now it's like there's like lights and trees and white people. You know what I mean? It's just like, I remember getting chased through this neighborhood. Now it's like Starbucks everywhere. And even though that's, it's nice to whoever's there right now, like I kind of long for the old stuff. You know what I mean?
It's kind of rough because you have a certain nostalgia for it. I see, because DC's going through like crazy gentrification, and like I went to college and I went to art school in Brooklyn, so that's going through crazy gentrification. And I always think back to like what the old people used to tell me when I was a young kid. It's like, one day white people gonna take all this back. because they left. Like they old, they was already old, so they remember when all the white people left.
It was like the Hobbit.
Yeah, it was like, yo, they gonna come back. Like you can't get too like. The problem is it's complacency. Like it was like a certain. I think it was a certain thing when like the older Gen Xers and the younger baby boomers, they bought so far into like the civil rights movement and like the progress and integration, they got mad complacent.
Yeah,
and like on the low, they started putting the works in like 99, 2000. So by the time you hit to now, they was like, we back, bitches. Like, all this shit is dope now. Like, we done came back. Like, our kids don't want to go to the suburbs. They want to walk to the store in like 2 minutes. We don't want to live in the suburbs no more. We try to live like old, like 1930s New York. Like, when you see all the white folks living in the city, like walking down in the movies and shit, like, they trying to go back to that. They was like, yo, white flight is about to white flight their ass right back into the city like they used to be.
Yeah, I'm trying to put garters on my socks to keep them up. You know
what I'm saying? They you know what I'm saying?
Back.
Like, yo, it's crazy when I'm noticing. I was watching this Noisy episode, the Viceland show, the music show. They was talking about Paris, and they was showing like how like the marginalized communities of like the Arab immigrants and such, and the African immigrants and the black folks, they all live in the suburbs outside of the center of the city. And then I thought back the way they worked with Chicago, how like they tore down the projects and they pushed all those people in the like close suburbs. That's the south side of Chicago that's wilding right now. And I'm like, and I'm noticing what they doing here. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers what just popped off in Europe and y'all trying to replicate this shit.
Yeah. It's going on right under everybody's nose.
So it's like sometimes you be talking about Europe, it's like, I don't want to hear how dope Europe is. I watch the news, like, I know they got mad right-wing shit popping off, and I see how they treat black people the same fucking way. Like, I don't want to hear this shit. Like, just because I'm American, I might be okay because I'm fucking special, but if I put real years and they be like, oh, you just another nigga too. Like, they wouldn't care.
It ain't sweet over there.
Yeah, like, man, fuck out here. Like, man, I just noticed, like, I peep game. Like, I'm noticing the patterns. I'm like, this ain't, like, it just looks like this ain't good, though. Other words, I just gotta get my money up because most of the time people just talking about marching and nothing against it. I think it's a good tactic, but, yo, like, I ain't mad that you got crazy white people walking up punching Nazis in the face. Like, like if that's what you got to do, white boy, because I know you ain't really going to get locked up and shot dead in the street. Like, yo, punch as many motherfuckers in the face you got to. Like, if you got to smash up McDonald's windows, I know they got insurance. They good. Like, I don't care. Like, y'all can smash up all the rich people shit. Like, white folks dressed like fucking ninjas can smash up all the shit you're supposed to smash up. The shit they smash up their community. Like, we smash up our community. Like, go for it. Do it.
Yeah, that's your Xbox unlockable outfit on.
Yo, a bunch of white kids run around like they Naruto characters and shit, smashing up Bank of America inauguration. I was like, yeah, go ahead, white kids, you do that.
Get it in,
Like, yo, I ain't even mad because you know what? They all probably got out of jail within like 8 hours.
Yeah. If that.
You know what I'm saying? I think they held it until the parade was over, and it was like, yo, y'all good, y'all go. Like, black folks can't do that. Like, straight up, he was like, yo, we can't smack. We will be in jail forever. Or they would shoot us or taser us. It's not good for us.
Or all three.
At the same time, like, but if this old bearded hipster white dude is rocking up, punching people on camera on ABC News live and then running away like, ha, you can't catch me, bitch. Like, I'm not even mad. Like, he's like, this is going to hurt progress. I'm like, motherfucker, they won. Like, if shit goes really bad, all them white folks down south got guns. Like, y'all mad because the dude got punched in the face? Like, y'all know how gangster the Klan really is, though? Like, they will run up on your crib, bust your windows out, drag you out, kill you, and put up like a flaming symbol of like territory or some fucking orc shit. Like,
some Sauron shit.
Like, this ain't a game. And y'all, they're killing me. Like, this is not the way. I'm like, yo, Eddie Fast can have that movement. Like, y'all can do whatever y'all do because y'all ain't really gonna get locked up. Like, I'm seeing motherfuckers ride out in the bay and shit. Like, oh, this ain't the way. It's like, yo, them white kids, first of all, it's California. It's the Bay. They've been turning up for like the entire 20th century. Like, people act like
Bay Area is no joke.
Like, people act like they don't turn, like the Black Panther started there.
Right.
Like white folks out there is also wild as fuck too. If you act like this is random, like, oh my god, what's up? Like, it's the Bay, like. You know?
Yeah, that's Tuesday.
It's the Bay. Like I'm surprised this shit didn't happen like months ago. Like they turn up out there. Like if LA, like if somebody say some shit popped off in LA, like right now, I'd be like, I ain't even surprised it's LA.
Right.
Like,
it is what it is.
Like it's the West. Like if it's in the Bay or it's in LA, it's just gonna turn up. It's just.
You know what? I was doing some like pseudo research because you from the DMV area, right?
Yeah.
And I was it was kind of coming off of that video I just sent you, and I was just like, I commented on that. I was like, yo, if that was Philly, after dude knocked him over the rail, he would have took his butters. And then it kind of turned into, I started thinking about like what do you call it, like cross-cultural slang and stuff. Because I had to explain what butters were to somebody, and I was like, you don't know what butters are?
I don't know what the butters is? Like,
yeah, and then I don't know. I'm kind of going off on a tangent there, but somebody was like, oh yeah, they looked up an Urban Dictionary. Like that's what they call tantims in the DMV area in Pennsylvania. And I was like, I thought it was a little deeper than that.
Yeah, I think it's called the butters all within the Northeast region, from at least New York City down to DC.
It's like a corridor.
Yeah, it's like that's that I-95 northern corridor for the Timbs. That's the, you know what I'm saying? That's like if it's Game of Thrones, that's the North right there. That's that's what the Starks call their shoes. Like,
you got the butters.
The butters, because the winter is coming. You know what I'm saying? We all know.
You get them supers up.
You really want to walk out there up to the wall, you gotta have your butters.
I think you want some other thing again. You gotta do that. That's what Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I always had a dream like I wanted an RPG where you could get like don't you know, like when you play like Final Fantasy, they got like the special shoes or something. Like I wanted like mithril toed like Timberlands, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I love it.
Like you run around, so you can do that ill freaking kicks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
with the gleam coming off of them.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe like with the ill with like the North Face jacket with the mithril inside. You know what I'm saying? The mithril North Face, so you can take them hits. You know?
You call it North Face.
What the hell gonna make this? I'm gonna make this game.
That's hot. I'll let me beta test.
Like all hood shit. You know what I'm saying? You got like hood items and special magical items. Like the Game of Death tracksuit for Bruce Lee makes you ill. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Thriller's jacket makes you like control the undead and shit. The bad jacket makes you good with the knives and shit. You know.
Yo, how come they do that in the Michael Jackson, those video games? That would have been hot.
First of all, I don't know why they never made like a Michael Jackson like RPG. Like,
you gotta explain that one. Like what?
I don't know, because I remember I used to tell this story to people because I got tired of people dissing Michael Jackson back when he got that last court case. Yeah. And I made this story up from like how he got like light skinned. It's a very long story. I'm not gonna go into it, but
okay.
It involves Captain EO.
Right.
The Church of Scientology and a great battle at Neverland Ranch that causes him to lose too much of his power, and that's why he turned light-skinned.
Word.
That's how he got the vitiligo, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like in that period where like he caught the burn and like they tried to get him and I was just riffing it, and I would tell that story like for like a year, and it just got long. Like, I got Bubbles riding the tiger in that shit. I got that little elephant thing from Captain EO playing the fucking keyboard.
You got the whole NPCs in there.
You know what I'm saying? I got like stories and shit. I wrote that shit like some Lord of the Rings shit, and I was like why? Like how come? How come I can't play like Purple Rain as a game? I want other characters. Like I want to play like the Morris Day arc. Like I want to flesh out the Morris Day arc. Like why is Morris Day an asshole in Purple Rain? Like what got him to the point where he don't care about nobody? He's willing to do whatever he needs to do to get out the hood. Like
I'm in. Like can you like unlock Jerome's mirror, like a special mission?
Jerome, Jerome gonna be a special character. He might be a summon, like Rambo and Final Fantasy. You pull Jerome out, it's a wrap. Like,
I just got this image of like 8-bit Morris Day with Jerome running out like a Capcom texture.
You know what I'm saying? Jungle Love, you gotta hit the buttons at the right time to make sure you do the Jungle Love performance. You know what I'm saying?
Like Purple Rain versus Capcom.
Some next level shit. Then you gotta do the whole story. Like, you gotta play Apollonia's part. You know what I'm saying? You might be able to change some things. Like, maybe she blocks the smack that Prince gave her when he started acting like his daddy. You know what I'm saying? Change the story up. You know what I'm saying?
Is that one of those? Is that an FMV joint where you gotta press an A button?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She blocked that shit, right, to change the story up because he didn't have that epiphany that oh my God, I'm becoming my dad. You know what I'm saying?
It turned everything around.
It could change the whole story. Like, what if she stays at Apollonia 6? Like, you just keep branching off, and then you can compete, and you can make Graffiti Bridge good, because then you know what I'm saying, you can open up to Graffiti Bridge or some shit. But these are the ideas I'm having that I know nobody else is having, because I'm the only one sitting there. I'm the only one sitting there thinking about Purple Rain like a video game. Like, Purple Rain is the best shit ever.
Is it like a Disc 2 Under the Cherry Moon?
Ooh, that might be DLC or something. Cause that's like an alternate story. Under Cherry Moon, some next level shit. That's that short hair Prince. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Record style.
Like, how come when I play a Batman game, I can't play as the half and half Gemini Prince Batman Joker character in the game? That's the one I want to be. Damn. Bootleg looking whatever Batman they want to make. Let me play as Prince, half Batman, half Joker, and just fuck people up and just do ill dance moves and heels and shit. And this shit happen. If you put the right people on it can be amazing, and people be like, "Oh, game of the year level." I know, because it got Prince in it. God damn it!
We could do this, man. Just sign them papers. That's amazing. So are you doing any shows this year? What's your convention schedule like?
Last year tired me out, man.
Yeah.
I just talked to my homie Sean, who you met last year, Sean Causey.
Yeah.
And we gonna try to do some local joints, but all that going around the bed, it's I don't even know how people have time to make stuff.
Right.
If you go into all these shows, I'm defeated when I get back. People yo, Julian, you look so tired. I know, because I traveled. I took all this stuff with me.
Does that sap your mana? Being on the road.
Defeated. Darkseid can take me out any time. Because I went to these comic conventions.
So what is it for you that kind of do you feel is it more of an emotional drain or is it a resource drain?
It's a little bit of both. It's a both. Right. It's just you know how it is in comics. There's a lot of, to me right now, I think there's it might have been like this forever, but right now it seems, especially with social media, there's a lot of fake motherfuckers in comics.
Well, that goes without saying.
And it's people is cool.
Right.
And I got this new thing where I'm never going to bash a black person in public.
Okay. Fair enough.
But there's also these people are over. It's just if you just try, it feels weird. It's hey, you think I'm talented, but you really don't want to fuck with me, so you ain't helping my paper, so why am I talking to you?
Why that's real, man.
You ain't helping me making no paper, so as long as the structure is how it is, it's as long as we living within capitalism, I'm gonna play the ball as a capitalist. It's so if I ain't getting my paper up, if I ain't getting this money, then why am I? Then why am I wasting my time trying to network? Because it's I've been doing this long enough. It's none of this shit has worked with me so far. So people might like the way I talk about things, or there's oh, that's a good idea, but they ain't gonna let me implement said idea. So I gotta fund everything myself, and I'm
it's you like Kanye all over again.
Man, people, that's an entirely side tangent, but there's legitimate shit when Kanye was going off on certain things, and people was oh, he's just bullshit. No, that means you don't make shit. You have no idea going against these companies or these people how how much that fucking like defeats you like on a level after year after year after year, and it's the saddest part when people like when you like, yo, my stuff is alright, but then when people say, yo, that shit is dope, then like, why am I not eating though?
Right.
Yeah. It gets you like resentful. It's like, I don't want to be revengeful in 2017. Like, I already got to deal with this Trump shit. Like, I just want to sit back and like stack some paper. Like, you know, like I want to sit back and maybe like if I'm going to draw something, I'm not going to show people indiscriminately online because like I've seen it. Likes don't mean money. Like, social media don't mean paper. Not for everybody. Sometimes people get lucky and people like to like get off on them and they give them an opportunity.
Right, they have to come up, right, but that don't happen all the time.
That don't happen for everybody. No. And you know, my thing with like the Marvel hip hop covers, to me, I feel like I got the exact opposite of that. Like, me and my friend did some dope shit, and it was like, you did some dope shit, so we just gonna do that shit.
Straight Jack.
And it's like, and then it became a part. It was like, people like low key forgot that. It's like, I understand the diversity issue and people not getting hired. But like, I'm just on some hip hop shit. Like, them niggas bit me. Yeah. And y'all don't care because like, I don't want to hear about y'all complaining about Drake having extra writers. If y'all talking about, yo, Blase block cover for fucking Wolverine is fucking excellent. I'm not knocking the artists. I love that they got a check. I want to see all my people eat. That being said, the people in charge are some fucking biters. So I don't want to hear you complain about X, Y, and Z when you're supporting Biden. I don't care. I'm hardcore. I'm on some fucking Rorschach shit and Watchmen type of shit with that. It's like, I'm straight like hood objectivism. Like, yo, this shit is A or B, fam. Like, it's on or off. Like, like I don't want to I don't want to hear you complaining about Uber and this shit, and then you be like, oh, fucking Bob Iger, the head of Disney's okay to be a Trump shit. Like, I'm still gonna see Black Panther when it come out. Like, then be like, man, fuck out my face with this bullshit. Like, I don't care, man. Like, and like that's what comics bring out of me right now. Like the medium, like I read comics all the time. Like, well, mostly manga, but like going around in them circles and then seeing what people say online, like the writer Captain America is talking about this, that, and the third, like how not punching Nazis. Like, punching Nazis is not a good thing. Like, dude, you write Captain America. His first issue, he punched the head Nazi in the face. Like, then you had the bullshit to turn his ass into a Hydra agent. You turned Captain America into a Nazi fan. That shit is wild, disrespectful. It's
violation.
Like, his creators was Jewish, fam. Like, Jack Kirby literally had to fight in the army. He actually had to, like, scout shit and write down maps. And, like, he fought the Nazis.
He was in that,
And you turn his ass into like a Nazi long term, like him trying to take over the world type of shit. Like, that's just wild, disrespectful. Like, you ain't gonna see like Captain Marvel become Captain Nazi in DC Comics. Like, you ain't going to see like Freddie Freeman become Captain Nazi. Like, that's some wild, disrespectful shit. Like, he's like, yo, I can't do that to Otto Binder and them, fam. Like, that's. But you turn Steve Rogers into, and then you be having, I'll be like seeing little panels. They be having Sam Wilson who would be like, oh man, like I'm sorry, I was an asshole to Steve when I was on some super black shit because he got to deal with like this other Falcon that's on some like, you know what I'm saying, pro Latino shit or whatever the fuck he on. And I'm like, how you gonna write the black dude like solidly apologizing like, man, I'm sorry I was too woke. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what y'all putting over there, and y'all support this shit like it's all good though. Like, and that shit be grinding my gears, and I be like, you know what, nigga, like, stay the fuck away from me. I'm gonna watch this Dragon Ball, and I'm gonna read my comments about cooking and golf and shit from Japan.
Oh my god!
Shit in the chamber, like this.
So, no, I agree with everything you said. Oh, did I lose you? You there?
I'm still here.
I heard some dunking. I stay off of Skype a bit, so I didn't know what that noise was. No, I feel you, and it's like sometimes going to cons, it's like there's a couple ways you can take it. Like, either you're like awash in the attention for the weekend, like, oh, yo, you know, this could energize you to go back to the lab and try to get through another 6 months, or it could just rip you apart, you know, and like you kind of live in both of those worlds all the time, you know. So I know a lot of people, and this is me. I try to limit how much stuff I do, and even thinking about this year for me is wild because this is my 20th year doing comics and comic related stuff. So I feel, oh yeah, man. So I feel like I should be in the streets, like, you know, with the Cloisonne pen and all that other kind of stuff. But I kind of want to, you know what I mean? Like I want to be like in the cave, like you just said, just like, let me just do my stuff, you know? But, it is tough, especially when you're traveling and spending money and, you know, making things for the show just to survive there. You know what I mean? Like, should I even go to this if I don't have some new shit? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like all those things kind of factor in. But, yeah, I didn't know it got you down like that, man. But I hear you. I totally hear you. And like some cats live for the show. Like, yo, man, I can't wait till next year. I'm gonna hit them with this and that. And then we had the T-shirt, and other people are just like, yo, where am I this weekend? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can get anything you want. You know what I'm saying? You want that over there? You want that over there? Got you. I was up late night ballin', counting up hundreds by the thousand. I was up late night ballin', counting up hundreds by the thousand.
There's some people that I got, you know what I'm saying? I got mad respect for people who fight that good fight, who keep going.
Yeah.
But like, if I want to sit down, if I want to do some comics, like I'm just gonna hit people with it. It's just like I'm not gonna talk about it. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna like say this, that, or third. If I plan to get people to help me, my goal is to help at least pay them what I can afford. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a publishing company, so I ain't got like the bread to maybe even follow like a fair wage, because like I got to pay you after I pay the light company, American Express,
you paid the bill,
the rent. You know what I'm saying? Verizon gotta get their paper. Like corporations gotta get their paper first. Then I can bless you with some bread to do something. So that's like my goal. It's like if I'm gonna do something, then it's just gonna come out, and then I want to do it the way I'm doing it. I'm tired of looking at comic books and trying to figure out how X do what. I'm trying to look at E40 and be like, yo, that man sold this. His music got the trunk. Matthew
E4, yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying? Too short. Like I'm trying to figure out like people want to talk about hip hop and this and that and the other, but I don't really see people actually really acting like some hip hop stuff. I know they influence and stuff, but they still like I ain't seen nobody be puffy since Milestone. Like Milestone cats was on some puffy shit. Like they had suits on in the pictures. Like they came out, they was rocking things for a minute, and then like they kind of went away. And I don't think we actually respected them and like appreciated them when it was out, because it was the 90s, and right now people like to shit on like the 90s was horrible. I'm like, nah, the 90s wasn't horrible. It's just like you quit, you just stopped reading. Like, there was a lot of good stuff that came out in the 90s, and it's a lot of it's better than like what came out in the 2000s. But that's when everybody came back. I'm like, that's cool and all, but people like real talk, like a lot of things. Black people was making stuff in the 90s, like they were comic books, like TV shows, cartoons. Like people act like we didn't have. We had C. Bear and Jamal. We had Hammerman. Like black people had Saturday morning cartoons. Kid and Play had a cartoon. Like all these things happened, and then it went away. And we want to act like some of the younger people. I can't be mad. They might not have been cognizant or aware or alive to know these things existed. But I don't think we always, as a group, respect what we had, or even recognize everything that came before. And then we recognize a lot of new stuff, I think, too quickly. I'm like, yeah, new person is dope, but like we putting them on the pedestal already before like dues paying and all of that. Like people that like you just said, you've been in the game 20 years. Me personally, more people need to be talking about you, especially in that black geek space.
Well, I appreciate that.
Like that's the shit that bothers me. It's like, and I'm like, y'all kids got the internet. I don't want no excuses about you didn't know this, that, or the third. This ain't like when you had to go to the shop, you had to hit the Walden Books, you had to hit the 7-Eleven, you had to hit all these places, you had to revisit, you had to read this comic book magazine, you had to hit people up on even the earliest internet when it was like RSC chat, like AOL Instant Master, like,
Bulletin
Bulletin Boards, AOL, like little spaces, like You know what I'm saying? Like back in the early days of Google, when Google was like nothing, everybody was still using Alta Vista and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? When things was like legit hard, like But like now it's like y'all could do better. Like y'all could do better.
I agree with that, and it's we kind of live in this what they say Pixar didn't happen type of reality, and if it's not right in front of your face right this minute, then it doesn't exist. So like I won't be that dude to be crowing about where's mine at or what how come nobody's, because I've gotten stuff and I haven't gotten stuff, and you just keep moving forward, but it makes it harder in the long run sometimes to kind of like you said, you just got to do you. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that can really make you keep moving. If you self-motivate, and if it's like, if I gotta just worry about somebody giving me thumbs up on the internet, then I would have crashed already.
True.
I would have crashed and Hindenburged out already.
True.
Because some dudes, like, I don't understand how you get 100,000 followers on anything. I don't understand how that works. I
got ideas, but it's all theory. It's all theory.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how that works. There's some algorithm stuff or whatever, but, I'm happy my little, like, one stack on Twitter. How cool. You know what I mean? But, it's like a numbers game now, and it's kind of like, your gram ain't hot. Like, I guess I need to put more pictures over the gram. But what, at the end of the day, what does that mean? You need to be drawing comics, right? Mm-hmm. That's really all that matters. And, a long time, well, this is like not a long time ago, like maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, I took my first internet vacation, and that was like really crazy at the time because nobody had done anything like that as far as I knew. Yeah. I was just like, I'm going to turn this shit off. If you want to get at me, just email me and we'll just see where your head's at. And of course you don't really get no emails because you're not accessible. It's not easy enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it kind of makes you go, oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess all that matters is the work. And you kind of like tune into your own thing. And that's good for you. But the scariest part was 6 months later when I came back, people didn't even know I was going. You know what I mean? So it's all justified.
Yeah.
We put way too much impetus on this stuff, man. Really all that matters is, like my man Mike Manley says, put your ass in the chair. That's all that matters.
True. It's just sometimes, like, I know people say like the work matters most, but it's like I done seen enough to know that's bullshit. Because I done seen enough people that do like stuff that don't amount to a hill of beans, and they be getting shots, and then they on stuff. I'm like, like really? Like really? Right. Oh, okay. Right. All right. I see. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna put my head down, but like slowly, it's like I'm gonna go listen to all these new albums. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna talk to all these young people.
Right.
I'm gonna move into a whole different like culture space. The stuff that y'all talking, because all those people that these companies now are going toward in that culture space.
Right.
So y'all done built them up. Y'all done built it up. Y'all the diehards. They still gonna use y'all for that purpose.
Right.
But they ain't really checking for you. They using you. It's on some hoe shit.
Yeah.
And they gonna go over here and they trying to show out and get all the people to come in and give their money. Them people ain't gonna never be super diehard. They might jump in a little bit. They might buy the kids some Legos or something. But like, they ain't reading your shit every month, and they know this. They know this.
Right.
Like the cartoon, they know they gonna watch the cartoon. Cartoon only on like 4 months. And then they gotta make a new cartoon. They be straight. That's like 4 or 5 years. They can retool, sell some toys. They gonna get some more money. So like this whole like diehard thing, you playing teams. Like they be playing teams. It's just like, hey, they really don't give a fuck about you. And B, it's like they don't give a fuck about you for you to be like
why do you care so much?
Why do you care? This ain't Nintendo versus Sega. Like
right.
Like and it worked at that time because there's a bunch of children like debating Like I was Team Nintendo, like I feel it, but I was in elementary school, like middle school.
Right, you ain't have Bill.
And all that shit went out the window when Sony bust that PlayStation out because people was like, "Yo, fam, like you see NFL Game Day on that shit, right? So it's
Alpha 3 on that.
It's amazing to me, and I just sit back and I think about it. I was talking to my man Sean Price some years ago, and I was like, you know what's crazy is that in the 90s, probably the most known black superhero was the Black Power Ranger, and nobody talks about that shit.
You kind of took it out of his box, but yeah, I like that.
Like he's saving the world. He's defeating monsters. He got superpowers. He drives a giant robot.
He got an ill spin kick.
Yo, he had the hip hop move, and you know what I'm saying. Power Rangers had the same audience. Like he can like travel and tour just on like Power Ranger conventions, and you know what I'm saying. He do good. But I'm just like, as you know, we talk about representation a lot. Like that comes up a lot. I'm like, yo, real talk. Power Rangers was the most popular shit, and like people fucked with Zack the Power Ranger. And then when he left, we had a girl, Aisha, who was a Yellow Ranger. So like for a minute, the most popular superheroes was two black people that had millions of kids watching, loving them, chasing them, buying their toys. They saving the world. And now, like 20 years later, y'all don't even put them in them lists though. Like they don't fit that mold because it ain't got that red logo on it.
Yo, that's real talk, man. Everybody goes down,
Power Rangers, they still come on. Like, real talk, they do more black superheroes or some next level leading the team and shit, and Power Rangers, and like Pacific Islander people and shit like that. The motherfuckers will be like, oh, Power Rangers is stupid. Like, yo, damn. Like, yo, Spider-Man is mad stupid, but you let it rock. Like, Batman got a crazy rich dude beating up sick people, and we let it rock. Like, they're legit fighting like alien monsters and shit. But it's okay because it's going to have its time. It's going to be a time, this Power Ranger movie going to be trash. But there's going to be a time when there's going to be somebody else a diehard fan like Sam Raimi was for Spider-Man. They're going to come like, yo, I want to make a Super Sentai movie. I want to make a Power Ranger movie. And they're going to put their heart and soul in it. And people going to be like, God damn, this shit is amazing. And it's going to hit because like, all the kids is like, yo, I love Power Rangers.
Yeah, man, Power Rangers. Yeah, that's my shit.
You know, that's my shit. Motherfuckers going to be old and shit, but they be like, we on some Star Trek shit like, I'm gonna eat good now. Now that everybody jocking me, we gonna really eat now. We about to be on the Today Show. We gonna be really eating.
I got my Today interview. Yeah.
One day is gonna happen. That shit, like, there's gonna be a Dragon Ball movie that's gonna be good, and people gonna be like, Iron Man who? Like, yo, Goku's that dude, son. All he do is work out and eat mad ramen noodles, and he be fighting. It's gonna happen one day.
I think you're right, man, because I don't know how much more like room is in the balloon with comic book movies. You know what I mean? Like how much more this is going to work before people are like, all right, you know what I mean, and want something new.
Yes, they be pumping it out. It's been, long term time. It's been a while, but the Marvel method of making movies is 9 years old.
Right.
So next year is 10 years. And like I always had that fear when I saw Avengers, when I was still seeing their movies and rocking with them. I was like, yo, that's too much. I'm like, the Avengers is too much. You mean I got to watch 5 movies to understand one movie? And then I saw it. I'm like, I only like the Hulk parts. And I'm like,
you start picking through it, right?
Yeah, people was like, this is fantastic. I'm like, it's all right. It's the third act to 5 movies because they all had terrible last acts. But I'm like, I'm just like, all right, so they cut, they was able to hold it off, and then they got the phase 2 and they did Avengers 2, which is like everybody like that joint was whack, but it still made 1.2 billion. So it's like, all right, y'all good. Y'all got Guardians of the Galaxy. People dick ride that too much. And I'm like, all right, y'all just stave this off. And I'm like, so I'm guessing, and them Captain America movies is people really enjoy. So it's like, all right, y'all staving off it because y'all got a couple of hot joints.
Right.
But after a while, when they like 15 movies a story deep,
right?
Like I'm seeing this, like I maybe like people probably think I'm Chicken Little, but like I see about this Avengers shit, and it's like, yo, they got Zoe Saldana and they got Rocket Raccoon. They got all this. Like, how all these people appear in like 2.5 hours? Like, how is it supposed to be a cohesive story?
Right.
All and like people like to trash the DC movies. It's like, hey, they only 3 movies deep.
Right.
Like, they 3 movies deep. Real talk, I don't need to explanation of Batman no more. I don't need the explanation of Superman no more. Like,
we get it.
Yeah, the Superman movie trash. Like, people want to act like they don't know who the Justice League is. Just you, they the Super Friends. Everybody know who the fuck they is. They was first.
Right, let's move on.
Like, like Chris Rock's been telling jokes about Aquaman for like 20 years. Nah, you don't need an explanation about Aquaman. People know he talked to fish, B. Like, that's it.
That's all right.
They make some average movies, but like, yo, they can make a good one. But at a certain point, I think like the superhero genre is gonna get tired out, just like the big Schwarzenegger, fucking Stallone action movie
action hero
tired itself out. Like, and I'm like, yo, what's the next thing? Either one day they're gonna figure out how to make a good video game movie, and everybody's gonna be like, yo, or we gonna really start,
Yo, Halo was amazing. Like
something's gonna happen, and then they're gonna figure out. Which I think they get closer to making a good manga anime based movie, and it's gonna take over because like we about 20 years deep of kids only growing up watching anime on TV. Like, if somebody can figure out how to make Yu-Gi-Oh into a good ass movie. Or like Pokemon, like if they can make Pokemon in a dope ass family movie on some Harry Potter shit. Yo,
it's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Over. It is a wrap, fam. Like, everybody gonna be in that shit. And then they gonna be playing the game after they walk out. They gonna be like, yo, I wanna be like, it's a wrap. And I think like this is what I had hope in Warner Brothers is like, yo, if y'all smart, y'all can take some of these other characters that don't really fit in that superhero genre and just make dope ass like movies for the fall, like The Equalizer with Denzel, but you just make like The Vigilante should just be a movie. Like, I don't need a superhero movie where you can have him cross over, but his movie ain't got to be like superheroic. It just be like, oh, this dude's like a DA, and then like somebody kills his family, so he started killing criminals. Like that's Death Wish. That's Dirty Harry. Like, just make that joint. Just
like John Wick.
Yo, just make those movies and then low key on the low be like DC logo be on you be like people be like oh shit like y'all can do that, like just make some of these Vertigo movies, just make some of them Wildstorm properties of movies. Like Death Blow should just be a movie.
Right, like Team 7 or whatever that shit was.
Team 7 hard as shit. Like, you don't need none of that superpower shit. You just need Grifter and freaking Lynch and like Deathblow and all and like Fairchild's dad just doing some gangster shit in like Afghanistan, and it's like, and you be like yo, if fucking 13 whatever, all these little soldier movies with Mark Wahlberg and it can go, just make that Team 7 shit, and just people be like, oh shit, that shit is hard. Put Mark Wahlberg in that motherfucker. That shit gonna make $100 million easy.
When you put the Ryan Gosling as Grifter or some shit like that.
Fair. It's just make money. Like, you mean you got Baby Goose in there fighting, and you make another movie where he Grifter, he got that crazy mask on, and then you make that movie Sleeper with like his brother like stuck in like a crime organization. Like, this shit don't even gotta be wild. You don't even need CG for this shit. It's just people still like these movies because between October and like January, that's the movies they see.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Just people killing people with like some government shit and like crime business. It's like, it's not even that hard. I know y'all can make, like, they can make this and it'll make them bread. And then when like everybody's like, fuck superheroes, they can be like, it would be straight because we got Team 7 2 about to come out, fam. And they just stuck in Burma or some shit. It's just like, yo, let's just go. Like,
Burma.
Like,
oh shit. You just reminded me of that Transformers episode where they was like in Burma siphoning Energon. I just remember that.
Oh, Transformers episode should be crazy. Like the joint when they was like in the Middle East. And my man, in the aerial box, like lost his like front part. They had to put the Rolls Royce front on his chest because he like lost, like they took his shit out. And he was walking around with like he's an airplane with like a Rolls Royce grill on his chest, and he blow the whole episode. And they up there with like a Saudi Arabian prince or whatever. They just like chilling, like hey, they're not even gonna make no shit like that, man. Like,
I wonder how much mental real estate in our brains is filled with that wild shit.
Yo, so much. But I think the crazy shit is, I think all those stories were prepared us for now, because like G.I. Joe and shit, like worldwide terrorist organizations.
It's real.
Yeah, like motherfuckers is stealing fucking resources and Transformers. Like they was preparing us. They was low key getting us ready. Like, like it's on. Like
that's why you're not surprised.
That's why. Like I don't think nobody who watched G.I. Joe should be surprised at nothing. Like when 9/11 happened, I was like, yo, this sucks, but hey, it's on because it's wartime. This sucks, but I'm not like I'm prepared. Like it was a Cobra plot. Like I'm like, and like when you start looking at things, it's like, yo, what was they? Oh, they was really sitting down there, really studying real shit, and then like writing these stories. It's like, you mean they got two rich ass twins in like Europe and they front the money, and they got a random ass dude that handled the guns, and he a gun runner, and they all secretly work together, and they just holding this shit down. Like, yeah, you put crazy costumes on it, but like realistically, like you watch like some crazy movie like Born Identity, is like, nigga, this shit is G.I. Joe. Like,
it's just G.I. Joe. Yo, I don't know if you watched it. You know that shit on, I think it's on TNT, The Last Ship. You ever see that show?
Nah, it sounds crazy though. Like,
dude, you gotta just watch it. It's basically G.I. Joe. It's just like watching G.I. Joe and my man like Hawk and Snake Eyes and all. It's crazy. It's kind of like they took that Battleship movie, that piece of garbage Battleship,
and made a good
good TV show out of it. But those cats run around like Joes, man. They be like doing black spec ops on dudes.
Because they like the last ship was like, because everybody got sick or something, but they got stuck out in like the ocean or something.
Yeah. They were on like secret missions, like the October Guard shit. And they come back to the civilization and everybody's zombies, and they gotta figure out how to get the cure to save the world. And then there's, in the first season, there's like a Russian sea captain who's got another boat, and he wrote all these books on naval warfare, and he's playing mental chess with the other captains. Sea maneuvers is amazing. Yo, you gotta watch Last.
I might gotta get on that. Like that sounds kind of crazy.
And then somewhere in the middle of it, they pick up this Blackwater cat who's like a straight G.I. Joe op. And his code name is Tax, and he just be walking around with his baseball hat on shooting dudes. It was amazing. Anyway, you know he's Blackwater because his hat be curled. He don't got the flat brim.
Yep, no flat brim. He's from my era when you had to curl it. You know what I'm saying? The starter with instructions. Jazzy Jeff was like, yo, you got to curl this joint. You can't have it be looking. You can't have a flat brim. That's not cool.
You got your Hootie the Blowfish curl and shit. You gotta get this shit curled down.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta hide that face. It's real out here. You gotta put that shadow over it.
All right, last thing we'll talk about is, where do you fall in on the line of baseball caps? Are you a flat or you a curl?
I always curve it. First thing I do when I buy a new fitted. And also, I only buy fitteds because, like, I waited all my life to get a fitted, like the baseball players be having, and it was easily accessible, like in the late 90s. And then like Jay-Z wanted to say everybody go back to snapbacks. I was like, nah, Hov. Fit is forever.
You couldn't do it.
Nah.
So what was that really tiny piece of time where those were called trucker hats, and then they turned into snapbacks?
Well, because like there's the trucker hats that got like the foam part in the front, the holes in the back. But like the regular snapbacks is just like a regular hat, except it's made for people with the super big heads or people with long hair, so they can make the ponytails out the little hole.
Right, come out the back.
You know what I'm saying? Like I wore them as a kid, but it's like what I'm saying. I evolved. Now I got the fitted. I know the size of my head, and I go get my fitted cap. And like I bend it down, the right curve. I remember so about that starter commercial when DJ Jazzy Jeff was telling you how you supposed to curve your hat. Right. And I live by that ever since I was like 10 or 11 or 12, whatever that commercial came out. And I be curving my hat. and I be going out and I be stunting on people. Like last weekend I was at brunch and I had this dope ass fitted PlayStation hat with the PlayStation logo on, New Era fitted. Like it was, man, I found that I bought it. And people stopped me on the street, was like, yo, that hat, that joint is dope. That joint is fire. I was like, thank you, I know. Because it's like, who else got a New Era PlayStation logo hat? Bong, I do. Killed DC with the hat.
But you just put the cherry on top and saying, yo, at brunch, I was...
At brunch, fam.
Yo, brunch is dope. That's all I got to say.
One of the managers walked up to me and was like, yo, I just wanted to come over here to say, yo, how dope that hat is. And I was like, thank you. Can we move to this booth, though? Yeah. You straight. Bet.
Yo, can I get this corner booth though? I ain't trying to be out in the middle of this joint like this.
Yo, a nice fitted will go a long way. And I only curve. I can't be the flat and people be leaving their stickers on their hat. I'm like, hey, when it rain, that joint look mad bootleg because the sticker be curling up. And I'm like, first of all, you gotta take the stickers off and you gotta fucking preserve your hat with the protection so, the water beat up and then you don't get the stain guard on it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have your hats looking raggedy. Like, I be having hats for years and they be looking fresh.
I heard some dude, I can't forget where I was, but it was some white dude who was trying to explain to his self why black people keep the stickers on their hats. And he was like, yo, it's so they can go into the store and switch them and steal a fresh one and they don't know. I was like, I don't think that's exactly true, but okay.
Yeah, people don't understand. People don't understand is because there's bootlegs out there, and then like the sticker, if you leave the sticker on like you bought it, that means it came fresh out the store. Like it's real simple.
It's real simple.
Like they wouldn't make they wouldn't make that shit to some crime shit. It's like, no, I want to show off that I got the money to spend $35 on a baseball hat,
right?
Versus that $10 joint you buy in Walmart.
Oh yeah, that Walmart joint.
That Walmart cheap joint. Like, no, I got that official hat. That joint that sets you back some freaking Hamiltons.
What was cool for me since I'm from Philly, like when in the 90s when Mitchell and Ness kind of like came up. Mitchell and Ness have been around for a long time, but the store is here in Philly. And we used to go in there, and that's when everybody was getting the Negro League joints.
Oh yes.
Had the X joints, and those joints was expensive.
That's why I never had Mitchell and Ness because I couldn't afford it.
I think I had that was when I had the baby dreads and I was still rocking caps, and I kind of got old real quick because I was like, yo, I think I got to take my resources in a different direction. But it's a lifestyle.
Yo, I feel you because during that era, I ain't have no throwback jerseys.
Yeah,
the throwback era, people want to get back in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And one time, I was with some friends and we went over hang out with a mutual friend, and they had this old cat over there. He was making fun of me because I had my regular T-shirt on. I had no throwback on, right?
Yeah.
But lo and behold, to his dumb old ass, I look timeless in the picture. Because I ain't got no throwback on. That means Julian's Julian in the 90s, the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, the late 2000s, the 2010s, the Obama era, everything. Julian's still looking stunning in his jeans and t-shirt, his New Era fitted, and his Nikes, eternal, like fucking Dracula or some shit. And he look like
he was some immortal shit.
And he looking like some why this old dude was trying to front like he was a young dude with a throwback on. I'm saying though, in the end, Julian wins.
That's hot, man. It's true though. That's great. Which throwback do you have? Well, you remember?
I don't even remember because everybody in my crew had a throwback jersey on, literally. I'm like
the whole crew.
Everybody spent that money on their jersey, and I was like, yeah, but y'all be coming over to the crib to play the PlayStation though, because I got the Xbox, the PlayStation, and the GameCube with the controllers though.
With the Wavebirds.
I had wireless joints on the Xbox and the PlayStation, so people can sit back and eat the chicken wings from the carryout, and you know what I'm saying. People can still finish your game, play that live, play that 2K, because them joints still work.
Shit,
and I ain't got no throwback really in my closet that I paid all this money for, and I can't wait.
He said the Cuba X Giants throwback. But real talk. I still got the same batteries in my Wavebird. They ain't died yet.
Man, Wavebirds is I'm so mad people wanted this Nintendo, and they legit came out with all the hottest innovations. Wireless controllers. You think that's nice now? When Wavebird came out, ain't nobody had that, but that shit on the GameCube was like, oh shit, son, you can go out the house with this joint. Like, how was it playing?
You down the street, watch this.
I did that once. I'm like, let me show you this joint. Me and my man, we bought two. We showed our friends. Like, I walked outside of my parents' house, walked out to the driveway, and I had the blinds open, and I was still busting their ass at Mario Kart. And they was like, what? I was like, yeah, the future. And it's like,
you a futurist. That's amazing. All right, one last thing I got to bounce.
All right.
One of my favorite things of all time, and I don't really have a lot of people to share this with, was this old picture of early image, earlier was a '93 Jim Lee with the X hat on.
Stunning.
You ever see that?
Yes.
I was like, do you know what that is?
I think, remember, Rob Lockwood was chilling with Eazy-E back in the day. So
No, wait, hold on. It was earlier because he was still drawing X-Men. That's what I messed it up. That wasn't Wildcats Jim Lee. That was X-Men Jim Lee with the X hat.
They was rapping on the low. Remember, Jim Lee used to have mad black folks in Wildstorm. And, it was just mad Koreans, Asians, and black folks, and surfer white people in Wildstorm back in the day.
It was wild out.
I believe he knew what. I knew he knew what the X was about. I know he probably saw that movie first day. He was like, I'm about to go see this Malcolm X.
Yeah, that's top hat.
That's my image of Jim Lee in my heart. You know what I'm saying?
And he was down.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to know any real shit about Jim Lee. I've learned little things. I'm like, I don't want to know no more. I want to put him on a pedestal like Michael Jordan. It's just I don't want to know too much.
That's beautiful. Keep it right here in my memories. Right.
Keep it right here. He's Jim Lee. He sold 8 million comics, dog. He said 8 million on one comic. He sold the Thriller of comic books. Ain't nobody fucking with him.
He earned the stripes. That's funny.
I would let him pass.
Man. So, this was good, man. I was glad I could rap with you, man. Man. We gotta talk some more. We was just, you made my cheeks hurt. Pause. But this was hilarious, man. And I hope I said some stuff that's worth your audience listening to.
I think everything in this whole hour and a half is worth listening to.
Did we talk about anything really? We was just laughing.
We talked about comics. We got real in certain sections, and then we just went off on ill, fun tangents.
I love it, man. Well, if anything, I hope I get to see you at some show this year.
We'll see. I'll follow along. I'll see.
All right, because I don't really have my calendar heavy yet, but I'm supposed to go to this one thing in Virginia, Tidewater Con.
I don't even know what that is.
It's on the beach, something like that. Yeah,
that can't be too bad. Virginia Beach can be nice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you said I got to watch myself though. I got to keep the razor under the tongue out there.
I don't know, man. They got guns out there, fam. I don't even know if Razor gonna help. You know what I'm saying? You in Virginia. You know what I'm saying? You in Virginia. But you on the coast though. It ain't wild. If you was in Lynchburg and shit like that, I'd be like,
That's his name, Lynchburg. I ain't trying to go out there.
Exactly. Be near there though, but I'll holler at you, man. This was fun. Thanks for being on.
I'm out on bond, so I gotta beat it. All the dope boys say they wanna beat me. Boss. I got a lick, boy, I got a lick. 2017, trust me, boy, this one is it. I used to smoke the weed until my fingers.
So you can follow this podcast on many places. ignorant-bliss.com is the website. It's also on iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, Blog Talk Radio, SoundCloud, Mixcloud. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place. I'm part of 2 podcast syndication networks, the Taylor Network of Podcasts and the Critical Network of Podcasts on Blog Talk Radio. The email is ignorantblisspodcast@gmail.com. Please leave reviews on iTunes if you can. It's on Facebook, Ignorant Bliss Podcast. The Twitter is IGBL Podcast. I'm at Julian Lytle on all social media. It's also down on SoundCloud. So if you want to search and listen to the show on there, that's how you'll find it. Look at the show notes for all links to things, or the blog post, or whatever you see it. All right, people. Peace.
I'm out on bond, so I gotta beat it. $500,000 to my lawyer, cause he undefeated. Say that. Shot fired, you short of breathing. Barefoot, cause them kids took your Adidas. I'm keeping fried fish up in my mama pan. Homicide detectives call your boy the son of Sam. Saka fresh, shake up the block, that's with $100 grand. Put that voodoo on you niggas so that gunna jam. You know them niggas killers, how they name ring. You know them niggas with us, how they chain swing. All the bitches selling pussy charge the same thing. Richer nigga in the hood, we call him Rain Man. I want my niggas rich by summer 17. Summertime. I want my niggas rich by summer 17. I want my niggas rich by summer 17.